Hello everyone, welcome to Magical Me. I'm Jamie Mendez, Spiritual Intuitive and Oracle, and I am here live with my weekly Moonday Oracle Message. So this is a message for the world as a collective. That means everyone. So all of us who, even if you, are watching this back on replay, if you're watching it on replay even months from now, it still is going to resonate with you in some way, as I do set the intention for all those who most are in need of hearing this message will find their way here. So I'm just going to give it a few moments before I start going over everything. I'm a few minutes late, so I just want to really allow everybody to see that I am live, and I will actually start sharing it right now. I see a bunch of you starting to pop in. Hi, MJ, Doreen, Courtney, happy Moon Day to you all as well. Judy, welcome. Hi, Laura. Welcome, ladies. Thank you so much for being here and for being so patient with me, as I know I'm a little bit late. But like I always say, or at least it's my motto and what I'm sticking to, are we really ever late? Is it all just in divine timing? Maybe there's somebody that needed me to be late today so that they didn't miss out. I'm going to go with that. So let me just share that I'm live. Okay, I'm just fix all my typos. Yes, divine timing, absolutely. How is everybody today? I hope you have all had a wonderful weekend. I hope that you got to work with the energy of this incredibly potent full moon, which I'm going to talk a little bit about too in my energy forecast. I'm sorry, this is like, I don't know why it's so complicated just to share a post. Hi, Naomi. Welcome, love. Well, I am so happy. No, you haven't been here live in a while. Well, I am really happy that you are here. Thank you so much for popping in. Okay, so if it wants to load anytime soon, I will be able to share. Hi, Dawn. Welcome, beautiful. Hi, Bridget. Welcome, love. Jeanette, welcome. I'm glad that you were all able to make it. Thank you so much. Okay, just there we are. I'll tell you, it takes forever for the pages to load. Okay, done. All right, everybody, thank you for bearing with me. So, yesterday was the full moon. We're going to talk about that in the energy forecast. So today is Monday. It is actually October 14th, 2019. So just letting everybody know, those who might be popping and watching this back on replay. So this message is for the week. It really is an intuitive message of higher guidance. I do set the intention to receive only that and for the positive good of what we all most need to know as a collective. So yes, we are all experiencing life in our own unique, individual journeys, but we still are all a one consciousness. So we are all still experiencing life in similar ways, even though unique. And so the message again is going to resonate with everybody in some way. It also is, again, for us, for our highest and greatest good only. And again, it is a message for the week. So it's kind of like a more overview of the week and energy of what we can expect, if you will. Having that heads up or awareness really does allow us to get in front of things. It allows us to not react to things, and instead of kind of understanding and going with the flow versus trying to move against the flow, which does cause blockage and a little bit of chaos and disruption then in our lives. Things are much more easier when we just flow with the theme and the energy. So, hi Heather, hi Karen, welcome. Thanks for popping in. Everybody just starting to pop in. Julie, welcome. Amber, Bobby, welcome. Thanks for being here, everybody. Okay, so again, it's not personal readings. This is a general overview for all of us as one. Take it how you will. All right, so the first thing I want to do before I actually pull the card and get into the weekly Oracle message, I do like to discuss any news and announcements, and then I also like to discuss the energy forecast and kind of like what I'm picking up on energetically, any themes, planetary, moon-wise, gateway-wise that's going on that might be impacting us. And then I do the Moonday reading, and then I pull a mudra for us all to work with together and on your own time. All right, so I don't know if this thing is showing me. Hi, Tracy, welcome. I don't know if it's showing me comments live or if I have to keep scrolling up every time. It's weird. Okay, so news and announcements. Let's see. Lori Moore will be at Oracles of the Light. Will be over at our space in Wilsonboro or Easton, Pennsylvania. She will be there. She is a psychic medium, so that means she does both psychic readings as well as connects with those who have passed on and crossed over. So she will be at our space hosting or doing a gallery reading November 8th, and that is a Friday at, I believe, 7 p.m. So tickets are still available if you're interested. The event has been created on, I believe, both Magical Me and Oracles of the Light, but if not, you can absolutely find it over at Oracles of the Light. And so everyone is guaranteed a reading. In the past, Lori does, sometimes depending on where she goes and depending on the size of the crowd, she does do galleries where it is chosen by if your number gets called. But at our galleries, everyone is guaranteed a reading. And that means you do get to ask one question, either psychic in nature or a medium question. So Lori is incredible. We've been working with her for a while now. She is a really dear friend of mine, and she just blows me away every time I go to her, every time I go to her galleries. And even if they're not the ones that I'm hosting and I go to one where she is, I absolutely love and adore her. So check it out. Lori Moore, November 8th. All right. So, hey, Linz. Welcome, love. Thanks for popping in. Let's see. Is there anything else that is going on for the month of October besides our Dream Oracle group? So for $10 a month, Oracles of the Light teach a monthly Dream Oracles group. You can join at any time. You don't have to wait until the following month. Anything that you need to see for this month once you join will be available. So this month we are actually working with teaching people the different types of dreams, the most common types of dreams. So this month we're actually covering problem-solving dreams, I should say, visitation dreams, shadows, nightmares, and releasing type of dreams. So it's helping people to understand the different types of dreams that we can have, which then in turn helps you interpret your dreams. So we are the three of us Dream Oracles, and we do teach how dream oracles actually are able to walk between the worlds. And so we're not actually teaching how to be a dream oracle, but we are teaching what that is, how it does assist others, and how you yourself may actually be a dream oracle, or how beginning to work with your dreams and tap into that may actually open you up and expand you to a dream oracle type of ability. So it is fascinating information. Everything is kind of like take your time, learn as you go on your own time. So you're not missing anything. If you can jump in at any time, again, $10 for the month. It will restart again November 5th. So it will be another $10 at that time. You come and go as you please. If you're interested, you can reach out to me, or you can message us over on Oracles of the Light, and we will give you the information about how to sign up. All right. Okay. So that might be it so far. I do believe so. Lindsay, Karen, you guys are tuning in. If you notice that there was anything that I left out, drop it in the comments. Doing this all off memory base. So, okay. So next I'm going to talk about the energy forecast. And that really is just what I'm intuitively feeling, what I might be experiencing, based on planetary alignments, based on the moon positioning, based on anything that might be going on that has a major influence or impact for all of us, and like a theme, if you will. So again, I'm not an astrologer. This isn't me trying to give some sort of astrological prediction. I am just talking about what I'm feeling and what I know others have been experiencing. So, hey Jake, welcome. And you know what, guys? Something really weird is going on with the comments today. They're just like I see one and then it's like they get hidden and then they all pop up at once. So I'm not ignoring anybody, and I will go back and get to people's comments as I can. So feel free to keep leaving them. I'm not ignoring. Amber says, since we couldn't make it today, Jocelyn and I are watching together tonight. Oh, hey, Jocelyn. I'm glad you guys were able to at least pop in tonight. No worries about not making it today. Hi, Di. Hi, Casey. Yay, yes, you made it. All right. So, full moon was yesterday. You heard me talk about this last Monday. I did say full moon is coming. It's in the sign of Aries. So the theme that's been going on, all full moons are about completion of old cycles, more likely to do with the past month. You can see anything that was going on around the time of that full moon would probably be wrapping up around this time. But if you look back to your new moon manifestations, can't talk, your new moon manifestations for those of you who do work with the moon energy. So 2 weeks ago, what seeds were you planting? What was beginning to start to come into your life at that time? This is when you can actually see it beginning to start taking shape. It might not be fully there, but you can also see it being manifested around this time. So also, a really big theme that's been coming up is completion of old cycles. Now, this happens a lot, it's like every month we get the opportunity for a new completion of a cycle, but there's some big completion of karmic cycles that are happening back to back to back. You know that we talked about 9/9 was a really crazy 9-day portal. Then it led into, now we're just coming off of the 10/10 gateway, which kind of was the start of a trinity of massive portals for closing out the old before we can move into 2020. So 10/10, 11/11, and I do believe it's going to be 12/21. So there's a whole lot happening to really kind of like push us through this fast forward movement of letting things go that aren't resonating with us anymore. So take a look at what happened this past week. Those things that might have started to fall away, the things that are currently falling away, things that are wrapping up, could be positive. It doesn't have to be a negative feeling. Those things that are coming to an end, or finally, like, you can see the light of day and the situation that you were waiting to finally come to an end is maybe now over. Maybe you were waiting for some deals to close, some projects to finally get off the ground. Now is the time that all of that is happening. Most specifically, relationships. Now, not just romantic, but this, I have been seeing it in romantic relationships. Lots of messages and relationships, people, especially romantically, have been really coming to an end, coming to a close. And my guidance to those of you who have been experiencing that, now this could be friendships too. It could be family members that you just recognize that you just no longer compatible, not serving, need to kind of go your separate ways. But specifically too with the relationships romantically, whether it's marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, whatever it might be, I have been giving some guidance to, instead of allowing it to, because it's going to, it could possibly potentially, be unwanted on your part or the other party's part. And my guidance has been to allow, instead of resisting and struggling against it. And even though, you are supposed to honor your emotions and your feelings regarding things, because it's not okay to repress, that causes problems later. It's important to accept and know that, as I said last week, these things that seem to be falling apart and falling away are actually falling into place. It is kind of moving and shifting and breaking the ground and the foundation for all of us to be able to build new, for those new seeds to be able to rise out of that new soil from the ground that has been broken. So the best thing that you can do in this situation is try to come to a place of acceptance with, this is happening even though not desired. It is happening at some level for my highest good and the other person's highest good. And even if it ended badly and it's something that you are happy is over, you still wish the best for the other person, still wish the best for yourself. because that is going to facilitate how quickly you are able to heal, clear the karma, and bounce out of it and attract new situations and new patterns to your life. So it's really important that we are surrendering to flow versus fighting and resisting the changes that are occurring, and even sending out negative thoughts and energy regarding it. Wish the person the best. Wish that they find what it is that brings them true happiness. In turn, you find what brings you true happiness. All right? So best of luck to everybody that's experiencing that. Venus moved into Scorpio. You heard me talk about that, bringing about some really deep revelations. We talked about the relationships being probably the heightened impact of what was going to occur that week or this past week, because it was time to get real. People were being truthful about what they wanted, and what they felt they needed. And sometimes people come to the understanding that what I need and what I want is no longer something that you can give me, is something that I need to find elsewhere or within myself. So lots of people having these epiphanies and revelations and deciding to go their separate ways to grow. And that's not easy at all. And it doesn't feel good if you were on the other end, in the unsuspecting end of it. But know that this is also them setting you free, for you to grow, for you to evolve, and for you to find what brings you real bliss. All right? So best of luck, everybody. Hi, Lynette. Hi, Fred. Hi, Jamie. Welcome. Glad you all made it. All right. So that was my energy forecast. Today feels amazing. I don't know about all of you. I actually had a really great day. I didn't have much planned today other than one client. But other than that, my day has been really about focusing on myself, and actually wasn't really doing much. And sometimes, we think, especially if you're like me, I'm a person that's constantly on the go, and if I'm not going, I'm doing. So I'm always doing something. But today I felt like I was just being. And sometimes not doing anything is actually doing something. You are actually allowing yourself to heal, to transform, and sometimes that happens in stillness. So that felt what was occurring today. One of my own personal cards today was the void. And so the void is that place where we begin again. It's like the pause, the darkness, just before we're about to be reborn. Coincidentally, I felt myself really drawn to black the last 2 days, and even wearing it in my clothing. And I'm all about color magic, and how it does impact us when we are, what you're drawn to really does affect and have to do with your mood or the energy that you're attracting for the day. So I was really drawn to black both yesterday and today. So I was like, aha, the void. Okay. Now the void, sometimes it gets that bad rap where people are like, the void, this is bad. No, it's not. It is that place. It's the cocoon. It's where we go to transform, to be broken down, which sometimes is a little painful, but it's for the most beautiful result and output. All right. So very interesting energy today. All right, no, not easy at all. But I've learned that acceptance, once I recognize something, instead of, and surrendering to it, it just makes things go so much easier. It doesn't mean that you're not supposed to feel. Again, like I said, that's important. But when we refuse something, well, that kind of goes topsy-turvy. So you're not doing yourself any favors that way. Okay? All right. So I was really drawn today to work with 2 different decks. And I kind of felt like I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to work with the first deck, which was kind of like my Halloween Oracle. I want to work with that again. Another deck was calling me, though, and it was actually the Queen of the Moon Oracle. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to pull first from the Halloween Oracle, and if it requires another card, then I will. But hey, Caitlin. Welcome, love. We did the news and the announcements and the energy forecast, so you can catch that back, but I'm going to get ready to pull the Oracle message, and I am working again with the Halloween Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Just because, it's not like I get to use this deck all year long, so I want to use it all month long. All right. So what guidance comes in this week for the world as a collective's highest good for the week of October 14th, 2019? Ooh, well, this is rather fascinating. Midnight. And it says, the most magical hour of all. All right, so let me just take a second. Well, it's interesting because lots of people believe that midnight is what we have dubbed the witching hour, where all things spooky actually happen. And I will tell you that from experience as a dream oracle, the most magical and fascinating things actually happen between the hours of 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. So, but that does not mean that magic isn't occurring during the midnight hour. However, I'm actually less drawn to that aspect, and I am the whole Cinderella turns back into a pumpkin at midnight, right? So you can actually see her sprinkling this, like, what looks like to me anyway, about sprinkling magic or something on her head. So I actually feel like instead of us turning into a pumpkin on the midnight hour, I actually feel like we are preparing to transform from the pumpkins into the highest, I don't know if I want to say the highest version of ourselves, but a brand new version of ourselves. So it's like we entered the void. We've begun the clearing out. The death process has begun. But now it's like we are actually almost ready to rise up out of this cocoon and slumber that we've been in. So it's like the caterpillar has already gone into the cocoon. And I've been using this term and this whole metaphor for like the past week or so already at this point, but I'm sure you're probably all tired of hearing it, but it's the best one. So the caterpillar is ready to be transformed into the butterfly as soon as the clock strikes 12. So that tells me that this week is about to bring about some serious change. And last week we talked about the phoenix rising from the full moon, did we not? So we're still in the full moon energy from yesterday. So I'm getting tingles and energy kind of shooting all down the left side of my crown and my body, which to me is my confirmation, one, from my higher self, but also two, that we are indeed going to be receiving something that assists us in transforming, because left is the receiving side. So we are still in the phases and the energy of the full moon. So we're still in the process of the completion, but very soon, and this week will be the clock striking 12, when we are magically overnight, we wake up reborn, this complete new version of ourselves. So whatever it is, unexpected or expected, that you've been waiting for, it comes this week. There's something really magical that is about to shift and transform our lives in ways that we had maybe only hoped or dreamed about, but also in ways that maybe we just did not even see coming. So I'm going to pull another card to go along with this one to see if we can get a little bit more insight as to what exactly is going on, because I do feel like there was a really good reason why I was drawn to, like, I want this deck, but I want this deck. And everybody who's ever had readings with me know that choosing decks is an incredibly intuitive process for me before readings. So I have to listen. I have to honor it. So here we go. Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. And I actually broke this deck out this morning for my own personal readings, and that's when the void came out. So I'm interested to see. 12 a.m. starts the new day. Yeah, absolutely, Courtney. It absolutely does. So symbolically or metaphorically representing a new us, the dawning of a brand new us and a new day. All right. Hi, Jocelyn. Glad you made it, hon. Thanks for being here. Hi, Alex. Welcome. So I did pull one card, but we're getting something a little special this week. Why not? It's a magical week coming. I'll show you the other one in a second for anybody who just popped in. So, what clarity or information comes through to assist us this week as a collective for the week of October 14th, 2019. So, you don't have to take my word for it. You can just take Spirit's word for it. Bam. New beginnings. Look at that. New moon, new beginnings. So, remember when I said the full moon is the manifestation of that in which you consciously or unconsciously planted seeds for at the prior 2-week new moon, right? So I want you to look back 2 weeks ago when that new moon came. It was about September 28th. Now, this might not just be this new moon. This could be something that you were working with for a couple of new moons, depending on how much you work with manifesting or how your own particular cycles and journeys. So what you have been manifesting, hoping, wishing for, new beginnings. This week, you are opening up that door and you are walking right on through. And it's wonderful how this whole image portrays one scenario, one scene, but there's a completely new scene being revealed to us now. So our life is going to look completely different after this week, everybody. And it feels amazing. It doesn't feel like something that is like a dreadful feeling, you know, where we're like, oh no, well, what's going to happen? And rest assured, you know, not everything feels wonderful. You know, sometimes when you have to knock down a tower before you can make space to build a new building or to put something new there, there's a lot of debris. And, you know, the initial knocking down the tower can seem a little bit scary. But once that dust settles, that's when the magic is ready to happen and be rebirthed. All right, so the first card was Midnight. And it said the most magical hour of all. And to me, it was that whole like Cinderella vibe, but the opposite. So it's like instead of us turning into pumpkins at midnight, we are about to experience an incredible metamorphosis this week. Rising like that phoenix through the ashes, our life is going to be transformed in some way this week in a very positive way. And then we had, just for some confirmation there, new moon, new beginnings. And it is a number 2, which is the number of balance. It is the number of things coming together in a more balanced flow. So that in which was out of alignment now moving into perfect balance for us all. All right. By the way, it's also the number of relationships. So those relationships that were out of balance will now be moved away so that they can be brought into balance. And those relationships that were out of balance and still have some work to do, some room to grow together, they will be brought into balance too. So you can see some positive growth in relationships that are still going forward and moving on together. Okay? So what a powerful message for the week. I am actually going to just put this out there too, because by looking at this card, I am really drawn to what occurs during our dream states. So for those of you who can remember your dreams, write them down. Even if it's just one little blip of your dream, you know, you don't have to be dream, you know, connoisseurs and pay attention and all of that all the time. This is just something to pay attention to what's been going on, because I do feel like our dreams are going to be really interesting this week. So if it's one thing, as soon as you wake up in the morning, take a minute. Don't just jump out of bed right away, because that's how you forget your dreams. Just sit up for a second, take a moment, even just lay there in your bed if you can give yourself a good 10 minutes or so, and just allow yourself to go over where you just were, what you're just coming out of. And if it's one word, one sentence, one image, write it down, because the moment you start writing, it's like automatic. It begins to the rest of it starts to get unraveled, and sometimes you actually get more glimpses of your dream. Write it all down. Might not make any sense, but as you begin to look at that and break it down, you will probably be receiving some sort of clues as to what is going on and coming together in your life. Because dreams are incredibly symbolic. So, and if you're really, really, really struggling, reach out to me or the other oracles, and we'll try to give you a hand as best as we possibly can. It is what we do. We love to do it. But if you are somebody who is really thinking, you know what, I want to try this whole dream thing out. Again, Dream Oracles is happening every month. You can join now. It's only $10 a month, and you get a lot of fascinating information and a lot of help, assignments, and tasks to help you to do this all on your own. All right. Hi, Griselle. Welcome, my love. Glad you did. You know, anything that you missed, you can catch back on replay. Hey, it's Tara. Same with you, love. How are you? Thanks for being here. Heather, really? Well, why don't you come on over to Dream Oracles and see if we can help you out with that? I bet you we can. All right, so that is it for our Oracle message. I'm going to go ahead and move into the mudra part of the reading, and I'm going to talk about what are mudras, because I know a lot of people actually do not know what mudras are, especially for anybody who is new to my page. You might not know, you may never have heard of them before, and what do? They help us a whole lot. Okay. So this week I'm working with mudras again for Awakening the Five Elements by Alison de Nicola. So the word mudra itself is ancient Sanskrit language. I'm sorry, I'm just catching, my eyes went right to the comments. Casey says, can we talk privately when you are done? Sure, absolutely, hun. Feel free to shoot me a message. I don't always respond right away because the Facebook Messenger for the business pages has stopped alerting us. So I have to just randomly check in. So I will check as best as I can, as often as I can. So just be patient. I'll respond as soon as I can, okay? All right. So mudra is a Sanskrit word that actually translates to seal. S-E-A-L, like an energy seal. To me, that actually equates to trigger. So we have chakras within our palms, as well as our energy centers, chakras that are through the 7 main ones that we all know about, but we have way more than that. But they basically run from top to bottom, bottom to top, okay? Kind of like straight through our hara line here. So our energy centers, they actually work, or I should say mudras work with the energy centers within our body. Our energy centers control our 4 main bodies, one being the most known, which is our physical body. We have in our energy field other bodies known as your emotional body, your mental body, and your spiritual or light body, just to kind of put it simply. It's much more complex than that. Hi, Lori. Welcome, sweetheart. Thank you, Jocelyn. So these energy centers rule over those, or chakras rule over those parts of your energy field and your physical body. When we have blockage within any of those bodies, it does trickle down into our physical body and create physical blockage. It can create physical ailments. It can create illness. It can create disease. It can create emotional issues. It can create mental issues, depression, anxiety. So when we have blockage, that means that our life force energy is not flowing freely, and we have stagnant or dense energy kind of blocked and stuck. Almost think in terms of like a kinked hose. Mudras, actually, by using them, you actually create them with your hands, channeling energy through your palm chakras and your fingertips, which act as triggers. Channeling energy, your intention, and the mudra, which is forming. I'm going to do a really quick one here for you. Forming different gestures with your hands. Channeling the energy actually connects and links to certain chakras. Some of them actually work with all chakras. One chakra rules over those 4 main bodies per certain areas. So let's say your, for example, your root chakra actually is at the base of your spine. It rules over physically your spine, your teeth, your skin, and then your and like your whole lower bowel area, and I'm trying to get into the whole anatomy of it, but you feel me, you get what I'm saying. So then on a emotional level, it rules over your fears. It rules over your ability to feel safe, protected, stable. And that kind of links in with the mental there as well. So you can see how if you're not feeling stable, if you're not feeling protected, It kind of creates this worry, fear, panic, which then creates blockage. It can trickle down onto the physical, which then creates problems in your spine, in your back, with your teeth, and it kind of spirals and just gets a little crazy out of there. So that's just one chakra. You have many chakras that control many parts of that. So again, one mudra can facilitate alleviation and blockage clearing on many levels. They are incredibly powerful. They have been being used by the ancient Tibetan monks for thousands of years, maybe even older than that. They're still very widely used today in many practices for good reason. So I like to pull one to work with us for the week so that we can do it together, but you can also use this to work with all week long because it is going to facilitate the growth that we most need for whatever it is that we're experiencing together. All right? So let's see what mudra comes forward to assist us all this week as a collective for the week of October 14th, 2019. And now sometimes, because they are so powerful, they do come with a bit of a caution. And I will let you know if they do. Or the one that we pull anyway. So, if I haven't made you guys believers yet, these last couple of weeks with the way that the messages have just been coming out, I talked about balance, things coming together, falling into place. It is the alignment mudra. And it is known as the Dharma Pravartana mudra. I'm horrible. I'm so horrible at these. Dharma Pravartana mudra. Okay? It's just another language. I am doing my best. Hi, Roxana. Hi, Carmela and Cynthia. Welcome. Thank you all for being here. I am on the mudra, so you know that everything else that you may have missed, you can go back and catch on replay. So we are going to do this one together, and then I'm going to actually post this on my page. When I'm done, I'll post a picture of it. You can save it to your phone or your device, and I'm going to encourage you to work with it every day for the next week until next moon day. Once a day, 3 minutes a day. That's all you need. It's going to facilitate the alignment, all right? It is green, so it does tell me that it does connect a little bit with our heart chakra, but also it's connected to the element of earth, which is the earthing, the anchoring, the stability, the, again, what was spiritual now being manifest into the physical, all right? It assists with integration, harmony, and balance. It assists in setting all elements and systems of the body on the path to health and self-healing. This is a great one. So all health, all self-healing issues here. Supports energetic well-being, helps to integrate all elements. Opens one to inner peace and inner knowing. Again, its element is all elements, not just earth. So we will do this together. So I'm going to have you do this. So basically, just touch the tips of all of your fingers together and make a small dome shape. This one's pretty simple. Okay, all the fingers together, make a small dome shape. Okay, keep your thumbs straight up. Again, okay. You can see it better from the card. All right. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your hands, keep them like that, and place it in front of your solar plexus, which is just above your belly button, okay? I'm going to have you close your eyes, and I'm going to ask you to take a nice deep breath in. Pull in that beautiful green and earthy energy. See it beginning to flow down into your hands, into your solar plexus, which is your power center. Release that breath out, blowing it down into your solar plexus in your hands. take a nice deep breath in once again. And direct the energy by channeling and blowing it down into your solar plexus. Once again, nice deep breath in through your nose. And release. And you can state, all of who I am is in perfect alignment and well-being. All of who I am is in perfect alignment and well-being. All of who I am is in perfect alignment and well-being. And so it is. And you can open your eyes. And that's it. All right, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed that one. And I hope that you enjoyed this week's Moonday message. And if any of you are interested in any personal private readings, you can message me privately for that to schedule your one-on-one reading. Also, you can message us over at Oracles of the Light as well to schedule private one-on-one readings. Again, Dream Oracles happening now, $10 a month. Lori Moore, one of our favorite psychic mediums, coming back to Oracles November 8th, and that will be at 7 p.m. Again, you can contact us and purchase tickets on Oracles of the Light. Thank all of you so much for being here, tuning in with me. I'll post this on my page so that you can all work with it. Love, magical blessings, lots of support. Hope to see you all again next Monday, and I hope that you have a fantastic, magical week. Bye-bye.